The property market looks to be bursting back into life, with house prices rising at their fastest rate in 6 years. Figures out today show signs of recovery spreading to the West Midlands and the North East, areas which have suffered more than most since the market crashed. Sky's Alex Rossi has the story.
This could be almost any street in the country and the story would be the same. Bricks and mortar are rising in price once again, suggesting the economy is spluttering back into life. Even in housing areas like the West Midlands, which have been clobbered by the financial crisis, there are strong signs of recovery.
We are definitely seeing a hype of activity in the housing market at the moment, both from buyers and with an increase of properties coming to the market, although at the moment supply and demand levels are slightly imbalanced, with more first-time buyers certainly coming back into the marketplace.
The latest figures by the Office for National Statistics show house prices have increased by 3.1% in the 12 months to June. In London, though, that figure is nearly double. An average property will set you back $425,000. Up in the West Midlands, prices are also increasing. They're up by the national average of 3.1%. And even in the North East, which has the lowest average house price, just $145,000, the figures are rising. House builders are also cashing in. They are quietly confident with developments like this springing up across the country. But there is a problem. Demand is still outstripping supply. It means buyers are often having to take on huge levels of personal debt to outbid their rivals and get what they want. It means, though, in areas like County Durham, there's now confidence to invest.
The market has certainly started to improve. We've started to see that, and as a result of that, we're looking to build a further 100 houses on top of the original 400 that we were doing. So, yeah, I would say that's certainly positive.
The revival has no doubt been driven in part by the government's controversial Help to Buy scheme, which underwrites riskier mortgages. It's prompted accusations that another property bubble is lurking on the horizon. And there are, of course, already exceptions to the mini-boom. In Merthyr Tydfil in South Wales, the cruel winds of recession have been felt by estate agents many times before.
They seem to be like lemons going over a cliff again, and they're not going to like me saying that, but I think it could happen again, where the bubble's going to burst, and then the repercussions are going to be far worse than they were the last time.
The jump in house prices will be seen by many homeowners as good news, but where there are winners, there are also losers. The rise means it's even tougher for struggling first-time buyers to get that all-important foot on the housing ladder. Alex Rossi, Sky News.
Sky's Midlands correspondent Adele Robinson is live in Redditch for us. Adele, what have the estate agents of Redditch had to say about this?
Well, their view here is that the language being used, such as market revival and recovery, is appropriate because confidence does seem to be rising, although they are saying that to say recovery is just around the corner is perhaps a little premature. The West Midlands, as we've just been hearing there, has suffered more than most since the crash, but within the last 12 to 18 months there's been an increase in buy-to-let mortgages, and within the last 3 to 6 months an increase in those looking to buy and get on the property ladder for the first time. And with that comes the rise in house prices. Now, partly that's to do with the estate agents here, the government schemes such as funding for lending and help to buy. There is the fear that this could cause a property bubble and price many people on low to middle incomes out of the housing market. But at the same time, estate agents telling me that it really just scratches the surface. What they really need is more affordable housing to meet the future demand for those low and middle income families to actually get onto the property ladder. So estate agents are saying that there is confidence building. They're welcoming any help such as these government schemes, but say that there needs to be a lot more happening before we see the growth we did a few years ago.
Adele, thanks very much indeed. Adele Robinson there in Redditch.